Salutations, saplings, spirits, angels, aliens, foes and friends in resonance with this harmonious essence of holistic living in unity. To all those who keep the collective in mind. Today I want to talk about not taking oneself so seriously. For I've been taking myself a little too seriously for some time now. Now that we got the torch, we will light the way. Today's message is to the opposition, Zen's unpopular opinions. Episode 7. We're making this before episode 6. If this is going to be on YouTube, here's the annotation to the previous video. Otherwise, here we are, talking about episode 7 because I want to chew this message over before publishing right away. Don't take yourself so seriously. You see, I'm beginning to realize that the past couple of years, I've been whipped. And I'm not talking about the ladies that I've been kicking it with. I mean WIP, experiencing weed-induced paranoia. Yeah, that's what it is. You know, who would have thought? You know, they say it could be a thing, but as a staunch stoner, I never would have guessed. Which brings me to realize everything is a tool and has capacity to either help or harm. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. Use your tools, don't let your tools use you. I basically make these videos to give advice to my younger self. And to anybody who's watching them right now, shouts out you, because we all have it within us. A younger aspect of ourselves. We're always learning, we can always apply lessons to one way or another. Anyway, not taking myself so serious like, while I smoke this J and let you know that I have been subconsciously avoiding true, authentic connection because I have been attempting to convince myself that people want to eat me. And obviously it's the weed talking, right? Because that doesn't make sense. The ego being a rogue individual wishes to maintain this sense of self and will do anything to convince the self to do that. So my subconscious has set up all sorts of barriers for myself. And so when I'm smoking, I get way too high off my crown and think that people would want to eat me for some reason. And maybe that's just the well, now that we're seeing this stuff on the internet about all the crazy things that go on in the world, maybe I was just psychically tapping into like these experiences that have now started to become more apparent, or perhaps I realized that in the process of becoming true and authentically connected to somebody, you have to let go that rogue independence and realize that you don't have to do this by yourself. And then people don't actually want to eat me, and it's okay to let go of this rogue independence in order to build bridges. You see, even if people did actually want to eat me, they can't touch me because are so strong. I would only allow them to eat the flakes of my dead skin. Like, I'm a magical whale shark, and they'd be the little tiny fish that basically give me a pedicure, or just like clean and exfoliate my body. Because ultimately, I realized that this idea of people wishing to eat me is just fear, and it's the ego. And it's like ultimately like the pressure is on, I kind of feeling. Like sometimes I get in my zone and I got the sauce. And when people recognize that you got the sauce, they want the sauce. They're like, yo, sauce boss, give me some of that sauce. And like, you gotta be able to give the sauce if you got the sauce. And so you gotta be able to live up to that hype, right? So learning how to sustain that hype is key. And by not taking yourself so seriously, you can then begin to learn how to sustain the hype and keep that sauce going. Ah, yes, the sauce. We all have our own unique special sauce. You're your personality, your sprinkle, your flavor, your individuality. Yes. And as you get to know yourself, you have a better understanding. And thusly, to any cannibals, like, I hope you're not offended by this video. That's not the intention either. I'm not here judging people who eat people. It's just not something I would do. Like, if I was in a life or death situation, I wouldn't eat another human being. It's just, I would rather fast than eat another human, honestly. That's just how it is. Yeah. Also, I taste disgusting. Except for the people who've kissed me, I've heard differently. That's different. Also, smoking cannabis on a camera screen is not big of a deal. In fact, it's about time that we normalize the usage and consumption of medicinal herbs, and that is why education around these guys is essential, because you can get whipped, you can get that weed-induced paranoia. It's not for everybody, but I've been consistently practicing so I could work through this blockage, because that's what digging through the shadow is all about, because I've been sifting through that shit. Because I'm realizing that the reason why I feel also that it's difficult to engage and connect authentically with people is because I have had a few very amazing bonds throughout this life. Like, shouts out to the homies, and you know who you are. And if you're watching this, if you're not, regardless, blessed be. I used to get made fun of a lot, so like it made it difficult to connect. And like, I grew up and my aunts would always talk shit about each other, and I'm like hella sensitive. Like, when I was going to Trader Joe's today, they asked me if I want to put hand sanitizer on, and I was like, nah, thank you, I'm hella sensitive. Cause like, I don't want that shit on my skin. I take care of my skin. So I realized that my ultimate enemy is my inner me, and that really these thoughts are nothing to take seriously, nothing to be afraid of. To learn how to recognize the fear, witness the fear, embrace the fear. There's no need to feed it though. Yeah, stop taking yourself so seriously. And what I'm really wanting to say is just encouraging one to be conscious of where they are consuming and where they are letting others consume them, or where they are letting themselves be consumed. Where are you consuming and where are you letting yourself be consumed? This is just really a video to commend everybody who's been with me on this journey so far. And I appreciate you and allowing me to figure out this for myself, and being patient and observant and entertaining. I don't know. I appreciate all the support and the encouragement and the appreciation.